And that the Taffy have gained about 12,000 followers on Twitter since he joined on loan from Manchester United on deadline day. And he looks like the Taffy English Twitter handle has been really having fun all day. I mean, posting pictures, posting videos of Mason Greenwood in training. It's looked really sharp. Hasn't played in about 15-16 months, so maybe we'll get to see him in action very soon. But hey, 𝐻𝐵𝐵 the Bodiless is very well delighted to have Mason Greenwood join the side like a Taffy. All right, speak of La Liga, there's also the first managerial casualty in La Liga. His name is 𝐷𝐾𝐲 for Villarreal. He's been sacked today after a very poor start to life with the Yellow Submarines in La Liga. Welcome to Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is Olawale Adigo. Tunde Young is here, and 𝐻𝐵𝐵 has managed to pass a late fitness test and make it to the show. I mean, is there a bug going on? Last week was Tunde Young. This week seemed to be the turn of 𝐻𝐵𝐵. 𝐻𝐻𝐵𝐵, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very well. The whole fitness testing, it depends on your.
Honestly,
it depends on you. Could be hamstring.
You always pass your fitness test. That's the truth.
It could be tendon Achilles. It could be anything. But I mean, it's rich people's sickness.
What do you make of Mason Greenwood?
Brilliant.
Surroundings.
Yeah, I think a couple of days back also, there was a different twist to the nature of his conversation. In fact, 𝗵𝐵 Roman actually posted that he could be back at Manchester United after his season loan at Getafe. So I think it's a good one for him. New environment. I have a feeling that he will still get some hostile reception. I mean, we saw that in France against Benjamin Mendy, despite the fact that Benjamin Mendy was cleared of any wrongdoings. There were still banners, that were posted, that were, unveiled at the stadium to say that they don't want this, they don't want a rapist in football and all of that. So I expect Mason Greenwood would also get that whole style, especially when Getafe is playing away from home. But above all, I feel he's strong enough. I also saw, clips of his training today. He looks sharp. He looks like someone that is ready to move on. But would the society move on? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. The psychological damage, all of everyone involved. But new environment, new country, new league, new system, more like a new space for him. I'm sure he has relocated to Spain with his new family, so away from all of the constant.
I think I saw his girlfriend tweeting.
Yeah. So away from the constant, media issues following him everywhere in England, he will still get all of that, molestation in Spain, but it won't be as it should be in England. I don't know if he still got a future in the English national team, but for now, and the most important thing is that he needs to get back to football. He needs to get back playing, pick up his career. He's still young, and the fact that Manchester United fans still want him back in Man U shows that he's got tremendous potentials as a player. But I mean, I feel Getafe will give him enough space to grow. He's not going to be under that constant spotlight as he would have gotten if he had stayed back in England. So for me, I think it's a new time for him to get his career back and pick up. Almost 2 years he's been out of football, Ali. That's a long time. 4
points from 4 games this season so far, so good. Tunde Young, do you think there's a lot of burden on Mason Greenwood to really step it up for Getafe as a football club?
Look, I think without him there was good evening, by the way. Without him there was not exactly a lot. I don't think they are. Yes, the goal is to challenge for maybe Europe if they can, but I think that ceiling is maybe a top 10 club to try and improve on what they did last season. But the last charge there's only so much you can hope for. What we will come to give them is a consistent goal scoring outlet. They are a team that defend a lot. They will be looking to catch people on the break. Greenwood is fast and he can score goals, and he's coming from a team that specializes in counter-attacking football as well, Manchester United. So I think tactically he's a very good fit. He's going to be the one-eyed person among the blind people.
Interesting. Is it your voice or is it my microphone or your microphone?
He failed voice medicals too.
I get it. Yeah, no, struggling. I mean, I and 𝐻𝐵𝐵 have to make eye contact. I'm like, well, what's wrong? Is it the console? Is it you? But it's all good.
Maybe I'll try another mic too.
No, you don't have to try another mic.
You have failed voice medicals.
Anyways, I think now that I've talked about the Getafe, how about we just do this in the next 4 minutes before we take our traditional break. And I've got a very, very interesting question to ask. Anyways, I don't know what the thing about this will give you that thing that's getting Tunde Young excited. But if you have an answer to my question,
you have suddenly become a feminist.
I've got a question surrounding Getafe. I mean, Getafe had some You see, Etafe play around football right now, right? But a lot of people don't realize that Etafe played one of the best football in La Liga around 2008 under Michael Laudrup. I mean, they got to the UEFA Cup quarterfinals. Thing in 08, lost to Bayern Munich. Also did Copa del Rey back-to-back final in 07 and 08. It's been a side that has also played some good stuff, but these days they're playing it a bit physical. But Etafe is based in Madrid, right? I think it's based south of Madrid. And my question is, how many clubs are based? How many Primera Division clubs are based in Madrid? Yeah. If you've got the answers, I've got something small for you. To just enjoy this. Hey, calm down. Just give me the clubs based in Madrid that are also in the Primera Division. Yeah, all the clubs based in Madrid in the Primera Division. I mean the first division, that is La Liga. So call up 091 36000 410. That's the number to call. Once again, 091 36000 410. Number to call. How many clubs, and if you know the clubs, what are the clubs? Yeah, the name of the clubs that are based in Madrid that play in the Primera Division. Already, giving you a heads up, Etafe is definitely one of them. So all you have to do is give us the rest. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Sports Cruise.
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, you know where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Latif.
Latif is calling from where?
Ogun State.
All right, Latif from Ogun State. What are the Primera Division clubs based in La Liga?
I know Girona is there.
Girona, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also Real Madrid.
Okay.
Atletico Madrid. Etafe.
All right. Nice one. All right, thank you very much. I'll let you know later on if you did get that question correctly. But let's take the next caller. Welcome to Sports Cruise on Mail 98.3. Hi, good evening. All right, please do call us back. I'm sure you can. I think we've got Daniel on the line. Hello, Daniel. Good evening. Yeah, your name and okay, Daniel. So what's the answer to my question? Girona. Okay. Rayo Vallecano. Okay. Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid. All right. Is that all? Oh no, Etafe, right? Etafe. All right, nice one. Thank you very much. I'll let you know later on if you have gotten that question correctly. Let's talk to Obina. Hi, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you, Obina.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Yeah, not bad at all. Can you turn down the volume of the radio over there?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, thank you very much.
I'll turn it down. Yeah. The Premier League clubs in Madrid are Rayo Vallecano, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Etafe.
All right, Obina, I'll let you know if you've passed the Madrid club identity test on Sports Cruise. We're getting closer and closer to our first break, but I'm sure we'll be able to accommodate one more call, although Tunde Young wants to attend the question, but terms and conditions always apply. You cannot answer the questions. You have internet in front of you there.
And you've had almost 8 minutes.
I think I will start. I start googling clubs in Madrid.
Hello, Uche.
I'm here for a reason, bro.
Hi, Uche. All right, you'll have to call us back. Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Hey, Canada, how you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
All right, I'm doing fine as well.
Well, let me just try your question. I think we have Osasuna.
Okay.
Rayo Vallecano.
All right.
Getafe. Then Real Madrid.
All right, thank you very much. I think Osasuna rules you out. Osasuna is based in Pamplona, and Pamplona is not in Madrid. But we'll take a break, and we'll come back. I'll let you guys know who has gotten the question correctly, and we'll move on.
Only one person.
Yeah, I think it's just only one person. But after the break, we're talking about VAR in the MPFL. Hey, is that going to work out? We hear that this season we might be getting the VAR, but we'll talk about that after this break. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Still Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM.
This has gotta be
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio, reaching the stars, the sound of Lagos.
Our eye don't see way for this cash balava. As conductor they shout. As you enter, so enter with your change. Market women go they holla.
I beg, this one don't tell no fit collect now.
Supermarket people go they tell you say.
Okay, we no get change. I beg, use and take sweet now.
When you call see that better yama roasted fish without the hungry you since in call.
I'm not carry my wallet come out too.
See life not supposed hard like this Now make all of us for Nigeria they pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app. Make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into 𝐺𝐾 Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at 𝐺𝐾 Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus 𝐺𝐾 Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotu Egbe, Lagos State. 𝐺𝐾 Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091 62 54 0610, Wale 091 62 92 7079, Praise 091 62 69 9996, Adelanwa 081 26 580784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. 𝐺𝐾 Polytechnic, building industry-ready professionals.
If you buy market from your customer and you put small something on top for you, shebi Najara be that.
Yes, now Najara.
So come imagine say you buy one thing, then carry 8 give you. Wetin be that one?
Ah, that one now Najara now.
Bam! Hey, now Vajara be that oh. Oya run go buy your new Airtel SIM. Come recharge, make you begin enjoy 8 times value plus 1,000 naira welcome bonus.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio. Reaching stars, the sound of Lagos.
But guys,
Classic.
yeah, the shit. Come on, fast back guys in the beat. Go. I love the trumpets, man. One day I was stuck.
Welcome back, Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. Let's Obina has gotten our question correctly.
Obina was the only one that got it.
Yeah, there are 4.
Fell into the Girona pit.
Yeah, the Girona pit. Yeah,
Girona was not part of it.
I mean, Girona is much more closer to Barcelona, kind of. Yeah, so we have 4 clubs based in Madrid in the Primera Division, and Rafa Vallecano based in Vallecas. We have Getafe, we have Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. So Obina, I'll send you 2,000 at a time. So just reach out to us.
At another point in history, you might also be faced with this question. Leganes are also based in Madrid, although they are not.
Yeah, but they're not.
I'm just like informing the general public to not make the mistake.
All right. Just try to reach out to us again before the show wraps up, and we'll do the needful. All right, let's talk VR. By the way, before we get to the VR and MPFL thing, guys, I'm hearing that there's a new TV show that'll be premiering on TNT and Sky tomorrow, and it's a TV show for referees. Basically, Premier League referees will be explaining their decisions made from Premier League weekends, and you have Michael Owen and Howard Webb to discuss a couple of decisions from this weekend. I'm sure that they will agree that Akanji was definitely offside in the Man City.
How is that different from the ref watch they already do on the podcast?
Ref watch is just a segment.
It's a segment.
It's not even
this is a 20-minute show.
This one is purely 20
minutes.
Just for
they are still just going to be analyzing major decisions.
But basically, it's just for transparency. It's all about transparency.
You can't have enough.
It only makes sense to me if I'm getting new perspective, whether from the referees involved, to tell me what they were thinking. And if our is going to analyze something that we already know, that we've probably even already seen on ref watch, because ref watch is immediate, and the show is probably obviously going to come after, then I don't see the point of that. Except the actual referees are going to tell me what was going through their minds when they made a blatant error.
But I think what I'm looking forward to that this show should result to going forward is to have what we had at the FIFA Women's World Cup, where
just talk.
Yeah, exactly. The referees were communicating even to the fans.
Explain it.
Yeah, this boy is not offside though, and this is why. This is why I would think it's not offside. We can all hear you.
Ganacho's goal will not stand though. Because he's offside though. Gabriel pulled a Michael Jackson stunt and held himself back, suspended himself 3 meters off.
Because if you are making a ridiculous decision like that, a country decision, I want to hear you explain
how that is not
60,000 people in the stadium.
Exactly.
That sounds stupid. Like, hear yourself.
But
I say
I have my reservation about that. If it goes that way, I feel it's just going to expose the referee to some form of ridicule, because people will start making their head comparison. The match between Manchester United and Newcastle, this same thing happened, and this was what the referee said, and this was held up as an offside. In the same situation, this was what the referee said, and the goal stood because that contact with 𝐷𝐸𝐺 between 𝗃𝐵𝐵 and Casemiro, that penalty that was overturned. Funny enough, even during the referee watch, I think it was a penalty. Yeah. I mean that because they said that there's been a lot of instances this season why that penalty had been given, that same instance. So imagine when referees had to come and explain. And again, if you say that was not the penalty, why did you not book 𝐷𝐸𝐺 for diving? For simulation.
Anyways, I look forward to what it looks like tomorrow. I understand there's Michael Owen also in it, and you know that with Michael Owen, it says the darkness of it. So I'm surprised. Let's bring it back home here, where the referee chief Sani Zubair is saying, Okwemi, that this season there's a possibility of having VAR. What do you make of that?
I don't know if you're ready. In fact, it's even crazy enough that some of our stadiums are not even television friendly. As to start with, let's even start from there. Some of our stadiums don't even have electricity. You go to a stadium for MPFL game and they use small public address system to make stadium announcement. It's what I did for years, by the way. So if the battery of the public address system is low,
and for the major part of the years it was in Josh, right?
So let's
put one together.
It's okay. So you use public address them to do that. Some of our stadiums cannot even host night games. Once it's beyond 6 o'clock, it becomes almost impossible to get good visibility. So I think we need to start from there. But for people that understand the idea of the VAR, I mean, it's actually even brought up a lot of controversy. It's even bringing more controversy rather than it eradicating these controversies, because as long as the VARs are not automated, as long as it's still human beings that are meant to correct the errors of human beings, we continue to have more errors. So I don't know if you are ready, and it's going to be difficult. Are we ready to wash our dirty linen in public? Are we ready to allow the entire world to see that? Because for you to have VAR, that means all of the games must be televised. That means all of the games must be under the spotlight. That's exactly what it means. Because there's no way you want to use VAR when the match is not on TV. So is it that we're going to have selected games?
But it's saying the NFL president Ibrahim Gosa was saying somewhere that there are plans. He was saying it before even Sani Zubair mentioned it, that there were plans to establish VR facilities in selected regional
that's what I'm saying
across the country, and I feel that is not feasible, that is not workable.
That's my issue with it too. I mean, it's a good idea. It's good that we are thinking of moving our football forward, but how is it feasible when we are showing 8 games on the app, and most of them are with one camera angle? Is that
let's even forget this camera angle thing. Let's tackle the fact that you will have VAR decide a controversial moment in Ibadan, but that same VAR will not be available in Kano. Where is the level playing ground?
Exactly. So what happens behind the camera? So we are not going to have access to it.
There is no level playing ground.
It's as simple as that.
Okay, I get the point. Either have it in all centers or don't have it at all. No league game is more important.
Exactly what I'm going to. So if Nasarawa United and Wiki Tourist are playing, for instance, you want to tell me probably because the Nasarawa Stadium, the Lafia City Stadium is not TV friendly, you don't put VAR there. Then when Aqua United and Enyimba are playing, then you put all of that. It means that you are prioritizing some games ahead of some games.
If you go through the AFCON route, I don't know, it was the last 2 editions where there was no VAR in the group stages until knockout. So if we are playing a bridge, you say, okay, for the regular season there's no VAR,
but when we get to the playoffs, there's no VAR.
And even the AFCON team was widely criticized.
It was criticized
at the time. But let's.
But I also know that FIFA have come out last year with a lesser version of the VAR, which is less expensive. They call it the VAR Lite. Maybe we can afford that.
What does that do?
So it is a lesser version of VAR, and you use lesser cameras. For example, VAR you probably need like 10 cameras.
This one
now
is
VAR Lite you need 4. It's just for economies like us.
You are being specific on probably what happens between the box 18 and box 6. There's a fixed
you get
so that's what they always do. They cross it 2 for the opposing teams. That's exactly what.
So you need to install it for every game.
But you know what you're looking for. You know what you're looking for. See, I don't know if you're ready for this evolution, Wally. It's a brilliant idea. I've always been of the opinion that we shouldn't take ourselves so far away from what the entire world is doing. Even leagues in Ghana,
even Africa have VAR.
Yes,
I mean, Egypt,
there's VAR in Morocco, in Ghana. So we should also, but we need to do the basic. Wally, we need to do the basics.
We have not even addressed the fact that can our referees even operate the VAR?
No,
because it's a separate training.
See that one, but we're not spoken about the safety of the VAR equipment.
Because if anything happens, the first point of attack is going to be to destroy the TV, to destroy the cameras, to attack the cameramen that are stationed to do that. The VAR room.
Oh, you know that Volcano pillars are back in the 𝐵𝐵𝐹L.
So it's a problem.
Make use of that.
There are stadiums in this country that their dressing rooms don't have chairs. They don't have toilets in their dressing rooms. They don't have covers. There's no space where journalists can stay. Sure, there's no VIP. You are who you think you are. There's some stadiums that they don't even have fence in this country. So if you say you want to do the VAR, it's a brilliant idea. But the truth of the matter is that we'll more expose ourselves to more ridicule than the positive you're expecting to get out of it.
If we're not ready for VAR now, when are we going to be ready? You know, when are we going to be
Wale. See, the fact that we're even still having abridged league season
we need to
is a
take
problem.
steps.
I don't know if there's any other league in the world out of the top 50 leagues or top 100 leagues that's still playing abridged.
But this is going to be a regular season.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
so
we don't know what out of the next season.
We still had that problem last season, just a few months ago. So we should tidy up the basics first. Let us have a camera-friendly stadium, arena, peaceful arena. Let us sensitize the fans that if a VAR says this is an offside, don't go and break the television. Speak up because you don't like the sound of the
they
VAR.
watch this. They watch football where VAR is used, but they know that they just know.
The Nigerian fans now you have brought the TV to them.
They know that they can get away with it. That's why they do.
Somebody that the stadium the stadium does not have light, so they're using generator to power the VAR. And the moment the VAR mess up, they remove the plug of the generator. They break the TV.
If you put the VAR equipment there and you put 4 armed military men, nobody.
Wait, listen to me. Tunde, have you watched live Premier League games outside of Southwest? That's listen to my specifics. Outside of Southwest, I've watched NNL game between Kada City and Mighty Jets. There was crisis in Jos that time. The game was being played behind closed doors. Only selected journalists were allowed to enter, and the game was going on. And we're hearing gunshot at the back of the stadium. Excuse me. Well, I've seen where armed security people, when they scored, they will leave what they're supposed to do and go and jubilate with the players that just scored. So those ones are the ones that you say they should man the VAR.
Well, guys, I also think that based on last season, things are getting slightly better in terms of how fans are conducting themselves.
It's because it's abridged.
But I think gradually things are getting better.
Also,
since Sporting Lagos in Lagos tells you that maybe we are cultivating something new that everybody can tag on to. But will VR work? See, VR also has its itches. I was reading today that the Porto versus Aruca game in the Portuguese Premier Division, I mean, a lot of people staked on that, right?
Yeah.
For Porto to win.
A lot of people are broke this week because of that.
Now, guess what? Aruca scored late on in the game, and Porto had the penalty. But guess what? The referee wanted to go check the VAR to confirm, but the generator said
he didn't power the VAR.
Yeah, the generator of this drag-out did not power the VAR, and he had to pick up a mobile phone to call the
control room.
The control room, and they overturned and he had to overturn the penalty, and it was really a very controversial moment. I mean, the game ended 1-1 after about 10 or 15 minutes at the time in that game. There's going to be a lot of glitches, but if we don't implement this developmental, things that the trends in world football is following, when are we going to implement it?
I agree with you in the sense that, look, it doesn't have to work immediately. It cannot even work
exactly.
If you want to wait for everything to be said before we do it, we'll probably not do it in the next 30, 40, 50
I think Ugbemudia Stadium was even talking about installing VAR last year, for the Super Eagles game one time. Or
some of these stadiums don't even have electronic scoreboard. People are hanging on the scoreboard, so they use hand to put and to put zero.
Maybe VR rule, maybe the advent of VR
will make a lot of things pick up. Exactly.
Maybe works like that.
And I even like it. It could even breed some form of competition amongst the clubs. If they say they want to make it on some specific club sites, if that is brought up, so you also want your club or your home a game to be on those listed. So you do the things that these other clubs are doing.
This value costs wala.
It costs a lot of wala.
I remember years ago,
there's already one.
when some clubs will be begging the LMC or the MPF
to assign their games.
Now they'll be begging them not to bring cameras.
Exactly.
Not to bring super.
But just said the NNL were banned from bringing cameras to the teams when they're on the away games.
Which leads me to the point that even if VR does not work, it will not work optimally in the first season, second season. But at least, at the very least, it will curb what has been going on in the NPFL.
Let's give it a try. By the way, you guys mentioned arenas, and I wanted to ask you. I mean, you've seen plenty of NPFL games. I don't know about Tunde Young, but it's coming off the tweet of Alan Smith, the former Arsenal guy, who declared after Arsenal United that the Emirates was the most the best atmosphere in the Premier League. And that brought the question here. I mean, down here, where are the best atmospheres to watch football in Nigeria?
I've been Happy corner easy. But go ahead.
When did you guys start watching football at the Happy corner?
2 years.
Please let's say
I mean, sometimes it depends on the games in the MPFL. I've been privileged to visit quite a lot of stadiums, and when it comes to creating that atmosphere and creating that energy, I mean, there are only a few clubs that can beat what happens at the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano. I've watched Kano Pillar plays Oriental Derby with Gombe United. I've seen 𝐿-Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri.
Is it that the stadium is always filled up, or is there an atmosphere? I mean, it's a different thing to have it filled. It's a different thing to have an atmosphere
on derby days. For instance, if Wiki Tourist is playing Plateau United, it's a derby from Bauchi to Jos is just about 30 minutes or 25-minute motorbike. So there's enough Wiki Tourist fans that will be in that stadium, so there's going to be that noise coming from both sides of the fans. And if you watch so
basically the North has the best atmosphere.
You can't take that away from them, because most of those stadiums, they don't even pay. Most of them coming for free, so the fans will come in their numbers. Kano Pillars have the numbers, they have the atmosphere. 𝐿-Kanemi Warriors did not lose an MPFL game at home for almost 8 years. Even Enyimba as well.
But about
that's what I'm going to
disagree with you. Yes.
I
mean, either ways you look at it. I mean, even Enyimba as well.
will take you back to the years when they were looking for a goal, and once the atmosphere goes up to another level,
and especially when it rains in Aba. If Enyimba plays inside the rain, forget it, you will not see shot on goal. I don't know how the players. Yes, go and check.
But if you've seen games in Ibadan, or if you've seen any games anywhere, please call us up and let's know the best atmospheres to watch football in Nigeria. It'll be nice to hear.
Shooting people will cause.
Also, I get a feeling that with the Happy Corner here, I mean, we'll test run it again this season with Sporting League.
They will let you guys.
We're going to support.
Sporting League will let you guys know. Yeah. But obviously, I've never watched football in the North. I don't know if I ever will. But I mean, I did watch once at the old Enyimba Stadium. It was pretty good.
So I mean, come on, and even if you've seen the games,
MFM games used to be live.
I think it used to be decent too.
The temple, very strong atmosphere.
I don't know. Rebel Stars they try. I mean, at least they try to back up. I don't know about.
I don't know if it's atmospheric.
I don't know about.
Funny enough, I also saw Sunshine Stars a few times, but I mean, you always think that is when the Shooting Stars are coming to town, or that time that Kogi United had not been relegated. So, I think it makes the expectations will always be higher. If you watch Manchester derbies, for instance, you would expect that because of the proximity, even though there are no allocations in the MPFL, unlike England where they tell you that it's a 60,000 capacity, 50,000 to the home teams, 10,000 to the away teams. In MPFL there are no allocations. If the away teams can mobilize more support than the home teams, they will mobilize more support than the home teams. And funny enough, let me give you an instance. When MFM was still playing in the MPFL, anytime they are going to play on an away turf, they will announce their visit in all the MFM branches in that state. So the church will mobilize boss and pull the support to the stadium. There was a time MFM, I think that's when 𝐿-Kanemi was still with them. They came to play in Jos and it rained that day. The MFM fans sang from the first minute to the 90th, and guess what? The goal came in the first minute for Plateau United, and that was where the game ended. It rained for the entire 90 minutes.
Advice to MPFL owners, open church.
Anyways, if you're listening, and I mean, tell us the best places you've watched a football game, either here in Nigeria or abroad. I mean, I've got someone who owns a season ticket holder at the Emirates, and he also agrees with Alan Smith that the Emirates used to be a library. I mean, library used to be called a library. This is called a library, but the Emirates seems these days as I think Andasheve one time said it was like a theater. Yeah, people just come in to the Emirates and just watch the game and just go. But this is getting noisy. Yeah,
and you could even see it from the responses of the players. Each time they pull off results, you get to hear Odegaard, covering the length and breadth of the stadium, is always the last player to leave, appreciating the fans. The atmosphere at the Emirates Stadium after the Manchester United game was really crazy.
There are also very interesting places like South America, like Bombonera, and
leave that one. That's one of the things that I'm talking about. I want to live match in South America
live.
The Bombonera and which one is the other stadium? The Bombonera is for
River Plate. The Boca Juniors is what's the name of the stadium?
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back to that. Don't go anywhere. We'll take your calls. We'll come back 09136000 410. Talking Mo Salah as well. Liverpool getting ready to receive a bid of about £200 million for a player who's got 2 years on his contract. Do they deal or do they not deal? And for Mo Salah, react for that.
Let me get my hands on your mammary glands. And the other chicks never had class, they were homeschooled. But guess who? That's right, yes you.
Buy market from your customer and you put small something on top for it. Shebi na jara be that.
Yes now, na jara.
So, come imagine say you buy one thing, then carry 8, give you. Wetin be that one?
Ah, that one, now over jara now.
Bam! Hey, now over jara be that oh. Oya run go buy your new Airtel SIM. Come recharge, make you begin enjoy 8 times value plus 1,000 naira welcome bonus.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Omo, our eye don't see way for this cash palava. As conductor they shout, as you enter sweater with your change. Market you go dey holla.
I beg, this one don't tell no fit collect now.
Supermarket people go dey tell you say,
okay, we no get change. I beg, use and take sweet now.
When you come see that better yama roasted fish with all the hungry you since in come.
I no carry my wallet come out too.
See life not supposed hard like this oh. Now make all of us for Nigeria they pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app. Make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into 𝐴CO Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at 𝐴CO Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus 𝐴CO Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotun Egbe, Lagos State. 𝐴CO Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091 62 54 0610, Wale 091 62 92 7079, Praise 091 62 69 9996, Adelanwa 081 26 580784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. 𝐴CO Polytechnic, building industry-ready professionals.
The Broadcast Art Institute Supplementary Admissions 2022-2023. Few vacancies exist in the Departments of Broadcast Journalism and Multimedia Technology for admission in the 2022-2023 session. If you scored 100 and above in the 2022-2023 UTME and have 5 relevant credits and have not gained admission, you can change over to the Broadcast Art Institute Lagos for National Diploma in Broadcast Journalism and Multimedia Technology. The Broadcast Art Institute is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education (NBTE) to offer national diploma programs in broadcast journalism and multimedia technology. You can visit our campus at number 38 Odofin Street, Igbogbo, Ikorodu, Lagos, or call the following numbers: 0806 149 9992 or 0703 713 1166 or 0816 587 1415.
Omo, our eye don't see way for this cash palava. As conductor they shout.
As you enter, so enter with your change.
Market women go dey holla.
I beg, this money don't say, I no fit collect now.
Supermarket people go dey tell you say,
okay, we no get change. I beg, use and take sweet now.
when you come see that better yama roasted fish wey don dey hungry you since nko.
I no carry my wallet come out too.
See life not suppose hard like this o. Na im make all of us for Naija dey pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app. Make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
Clock the time. Rock the groove. It's music extravaganza, where the beat gets hotter. Mainland 98.3.
Baby, let's go.
The sound of Lagos. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
0913600410. Dial up those numbers if you want to talk to us. We're also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube as well. Drop your comments. We'll be reading them once they come through. Tunde Young will definitely help with that. Now let's talk Jordan Henderson before we talk Mo Salah. And Henderson has finally spoken to the media for the first time since he joined 𝐴𝐻 in the Saudi Pro League. And Tunde Young said the motivation heading to Saudi Arabia was not monetary. It was all about the football. It was about the project. It was all about Steven Gerrard. Do you believe him?
Of course not. I don't know. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. Look, I'm never going to blame somebody for leaving football. I am ultimately football can be more than a job, but ultimately that is rudimentary description. For the players, it is a job. Like you play for money, regardless of what other motivations now climb on top of it, but the primary motivation is money. So when I understand it, a player that is being offered 750k per week,
although he denied that the figure is in that region, but he said it's good money.
Look,
because David Ornstein asked him, are you earning 700,000 weekly? And he said, hey, those figures being bandied around are false, but he is earning good money.
When he has already lied about the motivation, why is he not lying about the figure? And also, we know that all this money that the Saudi clubs are offering, the money that Saudi clubs are offering the players, we know that everything is not based salary. Lots of it are huge part of it also comes with what you get in terms of sponsorships and whatnot. Same with Mbappe's how much were they offering Mbappe? About 700 million for a year. It was never good to just give him 700 million. It was about you earn this from playing, you earn this from sponsorship, you earn this from
rights,
and all of that stuff. So I absolutely do not believe Jordan Henderson. The part where I even almost lost it was where he started talking about he would have stayed if Klopp and FSG, the owners of Liverpool, had told him that they wanted him to stay. Like, bro.
Yeah, but he said he trained well in pre-season, came back, and he felt he had a conversation with Klopp, and in that conversation, Klopp made him understand that he might not get to start games this season. And by the time the offer from Saudi came, Liverpool welcomed it. Liverpool did not even say this guy is not for sale.
See,
and the moment they welcomed it, he felt that he was not needed at the club anymore.
That Liverpool did not accept the first offer. In fact,
because it was well short of what they were asking.
In fact, the report
they didn't reject the offer because they didn't want him to go. They rejected it because it was way below the figures they wanted for Jordan Henderson.
The first report that we heard was that Henderson had agreed with the Saudi club and Liverpool were not accepting the transfer offer, and we did not. And they were even talking about whether 𝐴𝐻 would even be able to match what Liverpool wants, because 𝐴𝐻 are not part of the the chosen four of the PIF. So that whether they might not be able to, or maybe they might have to reduce Henderson's wage offer to match up to. And all of those reports completely contradict what he's saying. Again, he's the one involved, so I don't want to come out here and call him a lie because I was not there.
I've read the interview word for word. He had the conversation with the Athletics' David Ornstein and Adam Crafton, who is a member of the LGBTQ community, if you get what I'm saying. But what I've seen
so hard on him.
Yeah. But what I've realized, or what I've seen, what I've deduced from that conversation is that it was very evasive. But I like the fact when he was being confronted about the rainbow flag, the LGBTQ community, how they're disappointed he's moved to Saudi Arabia, and he said what I always believe is the right thing. when you go to a new place, you respect their values, you respect their culture, you respect their environment.
But my own question is that it wasn't only Jordan Henderson that moved over to Saudi Arabia. Over 100 players moved rather.
The reason why that community is incensed is that community is exactly. He's been a public advocate for that community whilst he was an
they have expectations of everybody.
I think we should just keep this conversation as sporty as it can be, because I mean, again, you would ask, people have the right to move. You cannot tailor your expectations to the lifestyle of people. Whether Jordan Anderson feels Liverpool does not have it in mind, what if the offer from Saudi Arabia didn't come? Would he have resigned, or would he have retired from football if Jurgen Klopp told him that he was not his plan?
The team has been a staple. I really doubt it. Exactly. Not really signed anybody.
So I think, let's be sincere with ourselves. At some point in this transfer, we had talked of I'm trying to secure my future from my first to third generation. I mean, £700,000 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Hi, George. Thank you very much for staying by. How you doing?
I'm fine. Among all the stadium I've done with NSA in the southwest, I think I will pick Ramos home ground. I've been to Sunshine ground, 𝐻𝐻 ground, very hostile. In fact, in Ibadan, they were throwing salt at us. They didn't allow us to even play our phone out to do anything. But in Remo, nothing of such. So I think I'll go for Remo home ground.
Alright, so I'm not even asking for peaceful atmosphere. I'm asking for places you go to watch a game
and
enjoy
that stadium.
You enjoy the scenery, you enjoy the vibe.
That's if you are not a VIP, because those ones complain about noise.
I'm not even talking about VIP treatment. I'm saying that you go to the stadium and you enjoy the fan, the way the fans are going about.
That's why they make noise, basically.
There's nothing VIP will give you in the stadium. The idea of going to the stadium is to put yourself in that atmosphere.
Look at the old was it the Super? And they said that the Super they were playing 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗃, and that is how to create an atmosphere.
It's not the library. It's not supposed to be quiet, please.
That is an atmosphere. Hello,
Wale. A venue you went that they didn't allow you to play your drum, they didn't allow you to do anything. Is that not an outside ground? They didn't allow you to support your team the way you support.
All right, thank you very much, George. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is 𝗧𝗵𝗲. I'm calling from Amuodo.
All right, I'll say welcome.
Yeah, Tunde 𝐿𝐵𝑒. I think it's only Wale I'm not very familiar.
Yeah. But anyways, it's all good.
I respect Ojo Ighalo so much. I respect the guy so much. When he came out with that, and I don't know why people find it hard to just. Nobody's putting a gun in your hand. Nobody's putting you under pressure. Just say you move for money. I mean, not only Ojo Ighalo. Sorry, I forgot. I think what's his name? No. What was the former Wolves player again?
Talking about
the Portuguese midfielder.
Yeah, the former Wolves player again, the Portuguese guy.
Ruben Neves.
He was made an offer. I mean, just like what they say in that popular Italian movie, he was made an offer he couldn't refuse, and he has his family to take care of. Like the way your referee said, his work is business. People are saying that a business. This is as work. It's about the money. Don't say you move because of the money. Which one is? They didn't want you.
I have a very contrary opinion here. I think that players like Jordan Henderson are very rich players. Even forget the Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
They are very rich players. They are very, very rich players. Do you agree?
You can never be.
I understand. But do you agree that Jordan Henderson, even before 𝐻𝐻 is a very rich player?
Close to 200.
They should have been playing for free now.
So what I'm saying is that's not what I'm saying. Okay, let's give the instance of Sergio Ramos. Ramos ignored 15 million every year.
Go back to Sevilla.
That's a different. He could have gone to Saudi Arabia.
He left Sevilla 18 years ago.
What I'm telling you here is that Sergio Ramos is rich already.
The point he's making is that he's not going to hurt his finances.
Yes.
And the point 𝗧𝗵𝗲 was making, which I also agree with, is that look, Neymar is rich, but
now let me paint another picture for you. Look at Ojo Ighalo, who grew up from the trenches, right? Look at Ruben Neves, who probably also came from the Portuguese favelas, if they don't have the favelas over there. Now look at Jordan Henderson. Henderson doesn't look like someone came from the trenches.
That I mean,
what I'm saying is that
English does not mean that.
What I'm telling you is that you look at the background of most English players, and this guy come from very good backgrounds. I'm not saying that they don't need the money from Saudi Arabia. These guys are rich. In fact, he admitted that the financials also played a part, but not a major part.
Well, if you want to use that,
it's a contrary opinion. I'm not saying that is. See, there's a lot of hypocrisy. I just told you about how evasive he has been with most of the answers he's given on Stan and Crafton here. But I'm only saying that if you take a look and another look at it, I mean, these guys are well to do. The money, you can never ignore the money. The Yoruba will say, yes, you always look for more money.
Definitely, I do agree with you. I see the point you're trying to make, playing devil's advocate.
Ojo Ighalo played for Al Hilal, right?
Yeah.
The first club he played for.
He played for 𝐷𝐵𝐵 and Al Hilal.
Where is he playing now? Al Weda. Yeah. You see, because the money just needs
and
to
that was after China, after we are spending some years in China. Look, before Ojo Ighalo left Europe, by a footballer standard, I mean, maybe by a footballer standard, maybe he was not rich, but by a regular person standard, Ojo Ighalo was already a wealthy man. Even at Watford, where he was earning what you consider a low for a footballer salary, but he's a wealthy man by Nigerian standard, by what standard?
And let's admit, see, these figures that the Saudis band in front of these footballers, they cannot reject it. Look at what they're offering Salah. They're offering Salah £2.4 million every week. They're offering him about £15,000 for every match win bonus.
Salah will now leave down to now sit down with the Daily Mail and come and say it was never about the money. Never paid first wanted.
6 Saudi companies are offering him ambassadorial roles, totaling about $9 million.
A lot of these deals. And that's a very recurrent thing, especially with the big name signings, is that it's not just about the wages. There are lots of sweeteners in the deals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's not just about you. We just come and put a bunch of money on your lap. So they gave Neymar private jets and my mansions. Like, basically, even the money they are paying him, I doubt that Neymar really needs to spend the money on anything his entire time in Saudi Arabia. So, like, these are the things, like. And also an underrated factor is, you know what, you might be, some of these players might actually be intrigued on expressing a new country. Without football, none of them would ever probably have lived in Saudi Arabia.
You know, man was excited about going to play football in the holy land of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I think that same
as a Muslim man,
yes,
talking about playing football, they're immediately going.
I'm sure there's that law also for Muslim as well. Yeah,
there's that law for the Muslim players. No doubt about that. But also, even for the non-Muslim players, without football, Jordan Henderson is most likely never going to live in Saudi Arabia in his entire life. But he gets to do that because of football, and that's also an underrated angle that we don't.
Now let's talk about Liverpool, who are definitely. I mean, I'm sure they'll be considering this 200 million pounds deal. And last time they got something of this region was Philippe Coutinho, 150 million, and that investment, you like it or not, launched Liverpool into an era of success, because the investment they did with that 150 was bringing Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. Now, these 3 transactions, that's the sale of Coutinho to Barcelona and the purchase of those 2 players, launched them to winning the Champions League and winning the Premier League. Shouldn't club be thinking in that range about Mo Salah? I mean, this guy's got 2 years left on his contract. He's 31. We've taken all of his peak years. You know, Coutinho even was approaching his peak years when he went to Barcelona. We've taken all of his peak years, and they're offering us 200 million to build another bright future for Liverpool. I think that Liverpool, this makes football sense and this makes business sense.
It makes all of the sense in the world. There's nothing else Mo Salah wants to win with Liverpool. He's won the Champions League. He's won the much coveted English Premier League title that they've not won in over 30 years. He's broken virtually all of the goal scoring record. He could break over 100 goals for Liverpool. I mean, every single season he's gotten into double figures for goals and assists. This season I had also started on the brighter note. I gave an assist. He has had a goal contribution in 3 of their first 4 games of this season, so it's actually very important to them. But again, you look at that era in Liverpool. Jordan Anderson is gone, Sadio Mane is also gone, Firmino is gone, Mohamed Salah is almost about like the bigger part of that quartet that actually gave Liverpool the solidity they needed up front. And in a team where Mo Salah is not even the captain of the side, I mean, you ask yourself some of these questions, and the question again is this: if the FSG, I mean, they're an American company, and I would expect them to look at the business side of it. And
they've always accused of putting the business part
first. So if you don't sell Mohamed Salah at this age, Liverpool have won the World Club competition.
Yeah,
they've won the Champions League. They've won the Premier League. They've won the cup competitions with Salah. So why are you holding on to Mohamed Salah? The religious part of this conversation will most likely be in the mind of Mohamed Salah. I mean, you want to live in Saudi Arabia.
Although Szoboszlai said it in the dressing room after the Villa game that he said he was going to stay.
He said he was going to stay, but then if the club accepts a bid for you, see, if the club sells Salah, it won't be a problem. I'm sure Salah will not want to force.
I think we can all agree
his exit.
That Salah is at the very least intrigued by this.
Exactly.
Even if not completely intrigued, because we don't know that. But we can say
I think there's some encouragement coming from the Salah.
He's not completely against it.
Yes.
So
he's probably just he wants to secure his legendary status in Liverpool.
The club does accept, he might be more inclined to follow through. But yeah, it's probably why your club is very, not willing to accept as he did with the Coutinho deal. The timing is a big factor. Also, for Coutinho, at the time when Coutinho left, it was already becoming a bit of a tactical problem for your club. As
he wanted to build a team
as a pattern in his entire career, has never really fancied creative midfielders.
He likes the energy.
But don't also forget that Coutinho was coming off a crazy season.
Yeah, he was. So he had, for that respect, he had to use him. But also he was alternating between, he preferred Salah and Mane on the wings. The best that would have worked was for Coutinho to play on the left, which he did sometimes. But he actually preferred Salah and Mane on the wings and have a midfield of creative, of hard-working players. So Coutinho's profile was becoming a bit problematic for him, and Barcelona came at the perfect time. Was the out.
But what is Liverpool's decision down to here? I think I get a feeling that they're saying, hey, we are one of the biggest clubs in the world, and the message you will send is that our big players, our best players are available to the highest bidders. We want to part with this player on our own terms. And I think maybe that's why they are grandstanding here, but it makes no sense.
If this came earlier in the window, I think they might have done this. Maybe
it is that they've probably got enough time to reinvest the money.
Liverpool got 54 million for participating in the Champions League last season. Man City got about 170 million for winning the Champions League. Liverpool about to get Salah. Send Salah for
almost double of what you get for winning the Champions League.
I get it. If FSG guys want to sell, it's just club. They're just their club guy. Please do the right thing, because see, the best thing that Salah can leave Liverpool right now is ensuring that money, that windfall, comes to Liverpool and they can prepare for
it's a good departure benefit from Salah to Liverpool.
Yeah, but like Liverpool have to be willing to. Salah does not want to tarnish his
image. If you are looking for any final contribution for Salah, it's this money.
Yes, it's this money.
But the club does not like that.
See, I will tell you for a fact, Liverpool is not playing in the Champions League this season. They are playing in the Europa League. Liverpool is most likely not going to compete for the English Premier League.
Liverpool will score goals without Salah. Do you know that?
Without Salah, yes. But the thing is this: the timing is always going to be key, because you cannot totally
forget that. See, this timing thing. We'll talk about this timing thing. I can give you about 10 Premier League clubs who have let go of their best players.
Name who you think could be a perfect replacement for Liverpool if Salah leaves.
So even if Salah left at the beginning of the transfer window, there is no perfect replacement for Salah.
They would have gotten enough time to
play. When they have enough time, there is nobody that can replace Salah. Nobody.
I agree.
You can't have another Salah now.
So that means they will have needed a shift in ideology. They will have needed
bringing a player that can adapt,
and they are not willing to do that. Look, world class players. There's a dearth of world class players.
Absolutely, that's what I'm going to.
Especially forward, in forward positions. So let's not make it look like it should be easy to just let one go like that, even though it is for an incredibly
crazy price.
When Rooney left Everton in 02, was he 02? Yeah, after he scored that late goal against Arsenal. Everton, how do we start? This 16-year-old boy who thought was the future, but they went in, brought in Marcus Brent.
What's Wally saying? What's Wally saying? What I'm saying is that you can move on. So you want to compare what we really was for Everton as a 16-year-old to what Mohamed Salah is to Liverpool?
Okay. You don't catch me, Abi. I can give you more examples.
Everybody knows you can move on for a best player. That's not the issue. But the issue is that it has to be ideal. You have to be able to prepare for it.
There is no ideal time to lose your players.
There's an ideal time. There are ideal times to lose your players.
They did it on their own. They wanted to catch it and then
when is the ideal time to lose Salah? At 31 years.
When you prepare for it.
How do you prepare for it?
It's not that you will not lose him after the transfer window has closed because one team from Saudi Arabia bid when you did not plan for it. It was not your plan. Going into the season,
you can't buy a replacement for Salah. You don't want to trust.
I'll give you an example. When Rafa Benitez became Liverpool manager, you know the player that left last season at Liverpool? Michael Owen, almighty Michael Owen, top scorer in last season.
What's almighty Michael Owen?
Michael Owen was. Michael Owen.
No, listen to me.
Wait. For the first time I called you. No. Let me give you context here. Michael Owen was Liverpool's top scorer for 7 consecutive years.
Michael Owen had 3 Premier League.
What I tell you, when he left, they were like, how do we start? Do you know what happened the next season? They won the Champions League.
But first time 21 years old. That's not even talked about enough. He's what Mbappe is.
When Sergio Aguero left City,
he won Ballon d'Or at 21.
Yes. Wait, when Aguero left City, like, where do the goals come from? They won 3 of the next 4 Champions League out of the 4th Premier League. They won the Champions League without Aguero.
Well, I still missing the point that all of these things were done on the willingness of the club.
There is
not because an offer that they could not refuse was made.
I'm telling you that, see, it depends on how you say it. But I'm telling you that there's no ideal time, there's no ideal period to lose what you call your best player. You can any time and you can move on. You always move on. Everybody moves on.
Yes, but they would rather not lose. People don't plan for the new season in August. They've done a plan that included Salah since July.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Cruise.
Good evening. My name is Obina. I called earlier and you asked a question about La Liga. They said I should get back.
Oh, yeah, the Obina, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can we have your phone number quickly, real quick? Can you just drop it?
080.
All right.
90.
Okay.
90.
Alrighty.
9933.
All right, thank you very much, Obina. That's noted. Another classic example is Cambiaso. When Cambiaso joined Leicester City, he single-handedly rescued them from relegation, right? You guys remember?
Yeah,
the next season he left.
That's single-handedly.
You know they replaced him.
Feels like
he single-handedly, yes. He single-handedly rescued them from relegation.
Single-handedly is a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big stretch.
It is not a stretch.
He was the keeper.
It is. Go and see.
You can't say single-handedly the team sport Wale Baba.
It was integral.
Okay, it was integral, right? We are saying the same thing.
No,
the next season he left. Do you know how they replaced him? N'Golo Kante.
Yes.
They won the Premier League title. Liverpool, see this Salah thing.
Well, they are making the point that we all
know.
World class players can be replaced. You lose players all the time. We all know this. This is not new information. The point is that
Barcelona sold Ronaldinho.
Barcelona left Messi.
They let Messi go.
Like at the time Messi left,
they used Zlatan Ibrahimovic to replace Ronaldinho.
It was everything at the time. You can lose one class player, but you do it on your terms.
No. I don't believe it. See, anything can happen. That's why they say there's no loyalty in football anymore. You know. So if players are not loyal to you, why should the club be loyal to the players? Should be loyal to the employees? So I don't think that there's a better time or whatever. You know, anybody can leave at any time. All right, I think we have to wrap this up. But I think Uche's call will wrap it up for us. Hello. Hi. Good evening.
I want to ask you about all Saudi Arabia. They don't find any money player. Mangoya speaking.
All right, not to worry. Thank you very much. Hello. Can you turn down the volume of the radio, okay? All right. Thank you very much.
My name is Damlola.
All right, thank you. Welcome.
Okay, yeah, this is about Saudi Arabia. I think the time will come. This too will pass. China was like this then.
No, China was not like this.
Hold on, China was paying big money. Igalo went there. This small boy in Chelsea went there. Several players went there.
Igalo is not in the same level as Neymar and the likes of Ronaldo, please.
We've never seen this before. Let's
the opinion. Let me be my big man now. You are the guy. Let us talk through. Then Russia also did the same thing. After Makatskala, Samuel Leto and the likes. So I think a time will come. Saudi would also lose that. Maybe you're playing me in your political stuff. We can as well look at Saudi Arabia. They could be calling. Yeah, I'm telling you this based on some things I might not want to disclose here.
All right, thank you very much. We have to go. We have about a minute left to wrap things up on Sports Cruise. We've had a great time. Thank you very much. I had to just cut that because we have to. But I think that on Saudi Arabia, we have never seen this thing before. This is backed by the government fully. China wasn't fully backed by the government.
We need to admit that you've never seen at this level.
Russia only did Makashkala.
Before they used to target only players that are on the way out. But now everybody can.
Those Saudis are just something else.
Saudi bidded for Kylian Mbappe. I'm sure they have made inquiries about Haaland.
Even Jordan Henderson to 𝗵𝐺 also had the government behind the scenes also trying to make it work. Despite them not being owning 𝗵𝐺, so
that's a lot of money.
You know, and all of this is powered by Aramco. Aramco posted $160 billion in profits
in a year. That's all African countries' budget.
All right, thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow by the special grace of God. Thanks to everyone who joined us. Let's do this tomorrow by His grace. Good night.